Welcome back to our channel. Collecting rare coins? Why coins has the secrets you need? Subscribe now. The 1974 US quarter dollar, often overlooked as a mere coin in circulation, holds a fascinating history that makes it more than just a simple currency piece. Like many coins, it may appear as nothing special at first glance, but for collectors, the 1974 quarter is a perfect example of how rare features and subtle flaws can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. The journey of this quarter starts with a mix of historical significance, unique design choices, and the world of coin collecting, where even a small detail can make a huge impact on a coin's value. The story of the 1974 quarter dollar begins in the backdrop of a vibrant period in American history. The 1970s was a time of cultural change and political upheaval. In 1974, President Richard Nixon resigned from office amid the Watergate scandal, and the country was navigating through economic struggles, including high inflation and rising oil prices. Despite the challenges of the time, the U.S. Mint continued its work, producing coins that would become part of American history. The 1974 quarter dollar was part of this ongoing coinage, continuing the long-standing design that had been in circulation since 1932. The design of the U.S. quarter dollar has remained iconic for much of the 20th century. On the obverse, the front side, the image of George Washington, the first President of the United States, is featured. This design was created by John Flanagan and was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate Washington's 200th birthday. Over the years, Washington's profile has become one of the most recognizable figures on American currency. However, in 1974, there was an interesting development for the quarter coin. The U.S. Mint continued to use the original design of Washington's profile, but subtle shifts in the way the coin was struck would ultimately make some of the 1974 quarters stand out. Unlike earlier years, when the minting process was fairly uniform, in 1974, a small, rare error occurred during production, leading to a very unique, highly coveted version of the quarter. Before delving into the specifics of that error, it's important to note that the vast majority of 1974 quarters are standard pieces, showing no distinguishing marks other than those found on typical coins of the era. The obverse still displays George Washington's iconic profile, and the reverse features an eagle perched on a branch, surrounded by the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar. However, a certain subset of 1974 quarters featured an unusual minting error that would capture the attention of collectors. This error was not immediately obvious to the casual observer, but for coin enthusiasts with a keen eye for detail, it became clear that something was different about some of the 1974 quarters. The mistake, which is referred to as a doubled die error, happened when the dies used to strike the coins were misaligned. This caused the design to be struck twice, slightly out of position, creating a doubling effect. For the 1974 quarter, the most noticeable doubling effect can be found in the lettering on the obverse, particularly in the word Liberty and the date, 1974. The doubling is faint but apparent when carefully inspected, giving these error coins a unique appearance compared to the standard 1974 quarters. This error occurs due to a malfunction in the minting press, which causes the die to strike the coin multiple times, slightly shifting each time. As a result, the coin is not struck with a single, crisp design but with a slightly doubled imprint. For collectors, the presence of this doubling error makes the 1974 quarter highly desirable. The double die error is one of the most sought-after mistakes in coin collecting because it's an unmistakable anomaly that stands out from the rest. Not every 1974 quarter has this error, and that rarity is what drives the value of these coins up. A minting error like the double die can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a precious collector's item, but rarity isn't the only factor that contributes to the 1974 quarter's value. As with any collectible, the coin's condition plays a crucial role in determining how much it's worth. In the world of numismatics, the grade of a coin, how well it's preserved, whether it has signs of wear, or if it's been cleaned or altered, determines its market value. A 1974 double die quarter that is in near-perfect condition can command a much higher price than one that shows significant signs of wear or damage. For the 1974 quarter, finding one in pristine condition is particularly rare, as most of these coins were used in daily transactions and circulated widely. Coins that show little to no wear are highly prized, and for those coins that exhibit the doubling error in clean, sharp detail, collectors are often willing to pay a premium price. The rarity of the doubled die in 1974 quarter, combined with the coin's well-preserved condition, makes it one of the most desirable error coins in the marketplace today. As the value of the 1974 quarter continued to rise, interest in these error coins surged. Coin collectors, dealers, and investors began to seek out these rare quarters, knowing that their potential for high returns was significant. In fact, one such example of the 1974 double die quarter was sold at auction for an astonishing $146,000, a price that defies the expectations for a coin that's technically worth just 25 cents. This sale made headlines in the numismatic world and further cemented the 1974 double die quarter's place as one of the most valuable U.S. coins from the 20th century. The $146,000 sale of this 1974 double die quarter serves as a powerful reminder of how much value can be hidden in something as seemingly simple as a quarter. For the lucky few who were able to acquire one of these error coins, the rewards were immense. The fact that a single coin could command such a high price is a testament to the importance of rarity, condition, and demand in the world of coin collecting. But how can you identify whether a 1974 quarter in your collection might be one of these valuable error coins? It's all about paying attention to the subtle details. The doubled letters in Liberty and the date, 1974, are the most noticeable features of the error, but you'll need to look closely to spot the doubling. Often, the doubling is faint, so it may take a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to get a clear view of the mistake. Additionally, you'll want to look at the overall condition of the coin. If the coin is well worn or has been damaged over the years, its value will be significantly lower than one that has been preserved in excellent condition. The excitement of discovering a rare coin like the 1974 double die quarter is what fuels the passion for coin collecting. For those who understand the nuances of the hobby, every coin holds the potential to tell a unique story. And for the 1974 quarter, its story is one of rarity, error, and immense value. It serves as a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hidden in plain sight, waiting for a discerning collector to find them. So, the next time you go through your loose change, don't overlook that 1974 quarter. While it may seem like a typical piece of currency at first glance, it could be one of the rare doubled die varieties that's worth a small fortune. With the right combination of rarity, condition, and the right buyer, that single quarter could fetch as much as $146,000, turning a simple coin into an extraordinary piece of American numismatic history. In the world of coin collecting, it's always the smallest details that can make the biggest difference. And for the 1974 quarter, those details have made it one of the most sought-after error coins ever produced. The year 2001 was an exciting time for both the United States and the world. The millennium was still fresh in the collective memory, and the events of the turn of the century had left an indelible mark on society. But for collectors and numismatists, the year 2001 marked the beginning of an exciting chapter in American coinage, the release of the State Quarters Program. This program, which would span from 1999 to 2008, featured a series of quarters celebrating each of the 50 states, each with a unique design on the reverse side. These coins would go on to become not only a symbol of state pride but also a highly sought-after collectible. Among the state quarters minted in 2001 was the Rhode Island quarter. A seemingly simple coin, it carries a fascinating history, an intricate design, and, in certain circumstances, an astonishingly high value. What makes the Rhode Island quarter special, and why has it become one of the most coveted coins in the series? Let's delve into the story of the 2001 Rhode Island quarter and uncover what makes it such a remarkable piece of numismatic history. The history of the Rhode Island quarter begins with the United States' decision to commemorate each state with a special design on its quarters. The U.S. Mint, working in partnership with the state governments, held design competitions to decide what would represent each state on the reverse side of the quarter. For Rhode Island, the design chosen reflects the state's rich maritime heritage and its historical significance in the founding of the United States. Rhode Island is the smallest state in the U.S., but it has played an outsized role in the country's history. Known for its coastal towns, sandy shores, and nautical culture, Rhode Island is deeply connected to the early days of American independence. The state was one of the original 13 colonies and played a pivotal role in the American Revolution. It was also the last of the original 13 colonies to ratify the U.S. Constitution, doing so in 1790. After much debate, the design for the Rhode Island quarter pays tribute to the state's maritime history. The reverse side of the coin features a striking image of the sailing ship Providence, a historical vessel that was one of the first to fight for American independence. This ship, which sailed in the 18th century, was used by the Continental Navy during the American Revolution. The ship is depicted in full sail, with the ocean in the background and the inscriptions, "The Ocean State," the state's nickname, and "Rhode Island" above it. It's a simple yet evocative design, one that highlights the state's deep connection to the sea and its role in American history. What makes this coin particularly fascinating is the production process and the unique characteristics of the minting process that make some 2001 Rhode Island quarters stand out from the rest. As is often the case with U.S. coinage, slight variations or errors in the minting process can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into something extremely valuable. In the case of the 2001 Rhode Island quarter, this happened when certain coins were struck with a unique characteristic that set them apart from their more commonly minted counterparts. The most notable of these variations is a rare error known as the double die variety. A double die occurs when the coin's die, which is used to strike the design onto the blank planchet, the metal disc from which coins are made, is improperly aligned or malfunctions, causing the design to be struck multiple times in slightly different positions. This results in a coin that has a doubled or tripled appearance of certain letters, numbers, or other elements of the design. For the 2001 Rhode Island quarter, the double die error is most evident in the letters and numbers, especially in the word Rhode Island, and the date 2001. On these error coins, the inscription, Rhode Island, appears slightly doubled, creating a visual effect that is immediately noticeable to collectors with a trained eye. This subtle but distinct error is what makes the 2001 Rhode Island quarter such a treasure among numismatists and collectors. While most 2001 Rhode Island quarters are standard issue and have no such error, those that do feature the double die are highly sought after. The rarity of these error coins is what drives their value. The U.S. Mint typically produces coins in large quantities, and errors like the double die are relatively uncommon, making them much more valuable than their regular counterparts. Because the 2001 Rhode Island quarter is part of the highly popular state quarters program, collectors are especially eager to acquire any coins that feature errors or variations, as these are often seen as more significant and historically important than the standard coins. As time passed, interest in the 2001 Rhode Island double die quarter grew. It became one of the most highly desired error coins in the entire state quarter series, not only because of the rarity of the error but also because of its connection to the state of Rhode Island, whose maritime history and important role in American independence make it an especially significant coin in the eyes of collectors. The value of the 2001 Rhode Island quarter, like most coins, is highly dependent on its condition. Coins that have been kept in pristine condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or other damage, are much more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated or mishandled. In the world of coin collecting, coins are graded based on their appearance, with a scale that ranges from good to mint state, MS. A coin graded as MS 65 or higher, indicating that it is in nearly perfect condition, will command a much higher price than a coin that shows signs of wear and tear. Among the 2001 Rhode Island double die quarters, there are some that have been graded at the highest levels, earning prices that are truly staggering. The most famous sale of a 2001 Rhode Island double die quarter took place at a prestigious coin auction, where one of these rare error coins sold for a remarkable $140,000. Yes, a quarter, worth just 25 cents in everyday transactions, was sold for a sum that could change someone's life. This auction sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic community and solidified the 2001 Rhode Island double die quarter's place in history as one of the most valuable state quarters. For those fortunate enough to find a 2001 Rhode Island double die quarter in excellent condition, the coin represents not just a piece of American history but also a potentially life-changing financial asset. The sale of the 2001 Rhode Island double die quarter for $140,000 highlights the unpredictable nature of the coin market. While most quarters, like the vast majority of coins in circulation, are worth only their face value, error coins and rare varieties can fetch astounding prices. In the world of numismatics, the rarity of a coin, combined with the interest of collectors, can elevate a seemingly ordinary piece of currency into an incredibly valuable treasure. So, how can you identify a 2001 Rhode Island quarter that might be worth $140,000? It's all about the details. Look for the double die error, which will appear most clearly in the lettering on the coin. If you examine the word Rhode Island and the date 2001, you may notice that the letters and numbers are slightly doubled, creating a ghostly effect that sets the coin apart from others. For best results, use a magnifying glass or a loupe to examine the coin closely. If you find one of these error coins in excellent condition, you may be holding a valuable treasure. The 2001 Rhode Island quarter is a shining example of how a simple error during the minting process can turn a regular coin into a numismatic masterpiece. It's a reminder that, in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest details can make the biggest difference in a coin's value. For collectors, the thrill of discovering a rare error coin like the 2001 Rhode Island double die quarter is what makes the hobby so exciting and rewarding. So, if you're going through your collection or searching through your spare change, remember to keep an eye out for that elusive 2001 Rhode Island quarter with the double die error. It could be worth $140,000 or more, turning an unassuming quarter into a piece of numismatic history. In 2003, the U.S. Mint continued its ambitious state quarters program, a series of coins that would eventually feature all 50 states. This initiative was designed to celebrate America's rich history, diverse culture, and the unique identity of each state. Among the quarter designs released that year, the Arkansas quarter stands out as an exceptional tribute to the natural state. The story behind this coin, from its design to its striking features, is one of artistry, history, and, for some lucky collectors, unimaginable value. The Arkansas quarter is part of the 2003 releases, following the release of quarters for Delaware and Georgia. It was the 25th coin in the series and the first to represent Arkansas. The design of the Arkansas quarter was chosen through a rigorous selection process that involved input from state residents, artists, and government officials. The goal was to encapsulate Arkansas's essence, its natural beauty, historical significance, and distinctive place in the American landscape. But what makes this coin even more special is that, like many other coins in the series, it carries with it hidden gems that go far beyond its initial face value. Before diving into the specifics of this coin's design and its place in the world of numismatics, it's important to take a step back and appreciate the history of Arkansas itself. Known as the natural state for its abundant forests, rivers, and mountains, Arkansas has long been celebrated for its beauty and diversity. It is a state with a rich cultural and historical tapestry, from its role in the Civil War to its prominence in the early 20th century as a center for the lumber industry. Visitors to Arkansas can experience its majestic mountains in the Ozarks, explore its scenic lakes, and discover a diverse wildlife population. The design of the 2003 Arkansas quarter, which was chosen through a state-sponsored competition, emphasizes these elements. The reverse side of the coin features a beautiful depiction of a diamond, representing the state's role as the only diamond-producing state in the U.S. Arkansas is home to the Crater of Diamond State Park, where visitors can search for real diamonds, and this rich history with precious stones is commemorated on the coin. The design also includes an image of a steamboat, which alludes to Arkansas's historical ties to the Mississippi River and the role steamboats played in the development of the region. The combination of the diamond and the steamboat reflects both Arkansas's natural beauty and its historical significance. This coin also carries the state motto, the natural state, as well as the words Arkansas and 2003, making it a unique piece not only in the context of U.S. coinage but also as a symbol of state pride. Like the other state quarters in the series, it provides a snapshot of Arkansas's identity, and its symbolism is deeply meaningful to both residents and collectors. But as much as the design tells the story of Arkansas, what really makes the 2003 Arkansas quarter stand out is the rarity and value it holds for coin collectors. Most state quarters are mass-produced by the U.S. Mint, with millions of coins being released into circulation for everyday use. But occasionally, due to errors during the minting process or because of unique, rare characteristics, certain coins become highly sought after. The Arkansas quarter is one such coin. It's not the standard issue Arkansas quarter that draws collectors' attention, it's the rare, undetected variations that make this coin special. For one thing, there are specific Arkansas quarters that were struck with a distinctive error in the minting process. These variations, known as die errors, can make a coin much more valuable than its face value. These errors are often not easy to spot, but they are worth millions to collectors who know what to look for. One of the most notable errors in the 2003 Arkansas quarter series is the double die variety. This type of error happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or malfunctions, causing the design to appear twice. The doubling effect can often be seen in the inscription Arkansas and the date 2003. Collectors who are lucky enough to spot this error have an incredibly rare coin on their hands, which can fetch a price far beyond what would be expected for a quarter. Most of the Arkansas quarters in circulation do not have this error, making those that do incredibly valuable. In addition to the double die error, some Arkansas quarters also show signs of being struck on incorrect planchets, the metal blanks that coins are made from. These errors result in coins that appear off-center, with parts of the design missing or shifted. Such coins, while appearing as mistakes to the untrained eye, are prized by collectors for their rarity. The uniqueness of these planchet errors, often visible with slight shifts in design or missing features, makes them especially appealing to those in the coin collecting community. But perhaps the most exciting reason why the Arkansas quarter is so coveted is due to the simple fact that the U.S. Mint never intended for this coin to be anything but a standard issue, regular quarter. The Arkansas quarter was part of a series that was meant to celebrate each of the 50 states, and its release into circulation was anticipated by the general public. Yet, the minor minting errors and subtle variations made the Arkansas quarter stand out, causing collectors to take a closer look. Over the years, this attention has only grown, as collectors begin to realize the potential of a seemingly simple coin. So, what is the current value of the 2003 Arkansas quarter? As of recent sales and auction results, the price of a 2003 Arkansas quarter in good condition can be around its face value, 25 cents. However, when it comes to those rare versions with die errors or significant minting anomalies, the value skyrockets. One such coin, featuring a particularly well-preserved example of the double die error, sold for a staggering $130,000 at an auction. Yes, a quarter, worth just 25 cents in its typical form, fetched an extraordinary sum of money, a price that can change someone's life. The sale of this coin sent shockwaves through the numismatic community and highlighted the value of even the smallest errors in the coin minting process. It wasn't just any Arkansas quarter that fetched this price, it was the rare variant that had an error, along with the unique combination of mint condition and historical significance. This coin, and others like it, have become prized collectors' items, and their value continues to rise as more and more collectors seek out these exceptional pieces of American coinage. So, if you're wondering whether you have a 2003 Arkansas quarter that could be worth a small fortune, take a closer look. Examine the design carefully, especially the words Arkansas and 2003, and see if you can spot any signs of the double die error or unusual minting characteristics. If you do find one of these rare quarters, you could be holding a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. In the world of numismatics, it's often the smallest errors, the slight imperfections, and the unique characteristics that lead to a coin's tremendous value. The 2003 Arkansas quarter is a perfect example of how an error, combined with the historical context of a state's identity and pride, can transform a simple coin into an incredibly valuable asset. The fact that one of these quarters can sell for as much as $130,000 is a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin collecting and the dedication of collectors who are always on the lookout for the next great find. So, keep an eye on your loose change, or take a second look at your coin collection. You might just have an Arkansas quarter worth far more than 25 cents, and who knows, it might be the next coin to break records at an auction. The year 2004 was an exciting time for coin collectors and numismatists alike, as the U.S. Mint continued its ambitious state quarters program, designed to celebrate the unique identity, history, and culture of each of the 50 states. By this point, the state quarters had become a phenomenon, captivating the imagination of collectors and the general public alike. The program's goal was to release one new quarter every few months, each with a distinct design representing a different state, and 2004 saw the release of 5 new quarters, one of which was the Wisconsin quarter. To understand the significance of the 2004 Wisconsin quarter, we need to explore both its historical context and the artistic design choices that went into creating it. The state of Wisconsin was chosen to be featured in the program because of its rich history and its pivotal role in the development of the United States. Known as the Badger State for the miners who originally built their homes in the state's rich mining districts, Wisconsin is also famous for its dairy industry, particularly its cheese production. In fact, Wisconsin is often considered the cheese capital of the United States, producing more cheese than any other state. As a part of the state quarters program, Wisconsin's coin needed to reflect the essence of what made the state so unique. The state's quarter was designed with input from both citizens and artists, and the final design would go on to carry powerful symbolism. The reverse side of the quarter features a cow, symbolizing the state's rich dairy industry, alongside a wheel of cheese, a direct nod to Wisconsin's iconic cheesemaking tradition. However, the design would also feature a subtle but powerful tribute to the state's history with a unique element, an ear of corn. The design of the 2004 Wisconsin quarter also stands out for a specific detail that caught the eye of many collectors, a rare error that would end up skyrocketing its value. This particular error involves the depiction of the corn on the quarter's reverse side, and it would become the key factor that would drive the value of this coin up into the tens of thousands of dollars. The 2004 Wisconsin quarter was one of 5 quarters released that year as part of the 50-state quarters program, and it was the 30th quarter in the series. While most people simply admired the coin for its aesthetic beauty and symbolic representation of Wisconsin, something unusual was about to happen. For many years, numismatists and coin collectors had been scrutinizing every new release in the state quarter program to look for errors or unusual variations. The nature of these types of errors is one of the key factors that add significant value to certain coins, and the 2004 Wisconsin quarter was no exception. It wasn't long after the coin's release that collectors started to notice something unusual in the design of some of the 2004 Wisconsin quarters. The corn depicted on the reverse side of the coin appeared differently on a small number of these quarters. In some cases, the corn was positioned in such a way that it seemed to form a distinct shape, resembling a high-leaf design, a noticeable, unintentional feature that stood out from the other coins in the series. In numismatic circles, this error came to be known as the Wisconsin extra leaf variety, which, in its most remarkable form, would feature a distinct extra leaf near the ear of corn. This small but significant error would prove to be the key to unlocking the coin's tremendous value in the years to come. But how did this error come to be? The answer lies in the coin's minting process. During the minting of the Wisconsin quarters, some of the dies used to strike the coins were slightly damaged or wore down in such a way that the corn design on the coin became altered. In a small number of cases, the damage to the die caused an additional leaf to appear on the ear of corn. This error, while seemingly minor, was enough to make certain coins incredibly valuable to collectors, as error coins tend to be much rarer and more desirable than those in normal, unaltered circulation. The discovery of the Wisconsin extra leaf quarter sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. Coins that were struck with this error became the subject of intense bidding wars at auctions, and demand for these rare specimens skyrocketed. As with many other collectible error coins, the rarity of the mistake combined with the coin's beauty and significance as part of the 50-state quarters program made it one of the most sought-after pieces in modern coin collecting. The 2004 Wisconsin extra leaf quarter is an example of how a small, seemingly insignificant error can transform an ordinary coin into an extraordinary one. For the average person, the Wisconsin quarter was just another part of everyday life. But for collectors, the slight difference in the design meant the difference between a 25-cent coin and one worth thousands of dollars. As with other rare error coins, the price of the Wisconsin extra leaf quarter would continue to climb as collectors and investors recognized the coin's potential. Over time, the 2004 Wisconsin extra leaf quarter has become one of the most prized coins in the state quarter series. While most 2004 Wisconsin quarters are worth just their face value of 25 cents, those that feature the extra leaf error have fetched incredible prices. One of the most well-known sales of a 2004 Wisconsin extra leaf quarter took place at a prestigious auction, where a single coin sold for a staggering $120,000. That's right, a quarter worth only 25 cents at face value was sold for more than $120,000. How did this happen? It's simple: rarity, demand, and historical context. Error coins, especially those with slight design variations that are hard to detect by the untrained eye, are highly prized by collectors who specialize in these types of finds. The 2004 Wisconsin Extra Leaf Quarter, with its unique and distinctive error, fits the bill perfectly. As more and more collectors became aware of its value, the competition to acquire these rare coins heated up, driving up the price. So, what makes the 2004 Wisconsin Extra Leaf Quarter so valuable? It all comes down to the rarity of the error and the context in which it was created. Coins that feature significant design variations, especially those with minting flaws or unique features, are typically far less common than regular coins that were struck without any errors. When you factor in the widespread interest in the state quarter program and the cultural and historical significance of each state, the value of error coins like the 2004 Wisconsin Extra Leaf Quarter becomes even more apparent. If you happen to come across a 2004 Wisconsin quarter, it's essential to carefully inspect the reverse side of the coin to determine if it contains the extra leaf error. If you do spot it, congratulations, you may have just found a rare and valuable piece of American numismatic history. The best way to identify the error is by looking at the ear of corn on the coin's reverse side. If you see a second leaf protruding from the corn, forming the extra leaf design, you may have one of the coveted error coins that collectors are eagerly seeking. Of course, as with all collectible coins, the condition of the coin is paramount when it comes to determining its value. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition will be worth far more than one that has been heavily worn or damaged. Coins that are graded as MS-65 or higher, meaning they are in nearly perfect condition, are worth significantly more than those that show signs of wear and tear. If you have an extra leaf Wisconsin quarter in excellent condition, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars, or even more. The 2004 Wisconsin Extra Leaf Quarter is a prime example of how a small minting error can lead to big rewards for collectors. As is often the case in the world of numismatics, something as simple as a misplaced design element or a slight flaw in the minting process can turn a standard quarter into an extraordinary piece of American history. And, as we've seen, that can result in incredible financial windfalls for the fortunate few who happen to come across these rare and valuable coins. If you've been inspired by the story of the 2004 Wisconsin Extra Leaf Quarter, it's time to start paying close attention to your coin collection. You never know when you might stumble upon a rare error coin that could be worth a small fortune.